Let's cover now the different video streaming options that you have when you have the MV cameras in the Meraki dashboard. So for you to go to this documentation is the same place, documentation.meraki.com, and just search for video streaming and you can find it over there. I prefer to use the documentation instead of just me typing and pasting somewhere else. So you are getting more and more familiar with the documentation, which is very good from the Cisco Meraki portal. So here, the first thing is to understand that they use HTTP for live streaming, but it's HTTP live streaming. So it's a protocol by itself. And this is the mechanism that you're using for video. What that means is that's a communication that is going to be between the cameras. Remember, the camera has their own device storage, and that's the connection is going to be between the cameras and the cloud. But it's not a continuous communication. This is when you want to stream or see the camera video while you are online on the dashboard. So it's not a continuous flow just sending video to the cloud, because we mentioned before the cloud will not store or process any of those videos. So this is the sequence or the workflow in that case to stream the live video via the HLS to the dashboard. So the camera normally what it has is a playlist, contains the list of all these files. It's going to be on the camera stored, right? And this is going to be .ts segments, and it's going to change depending on the model. So when the dashboard, you are on the dashboard trying to stream from the camera, what it's going to do is going to create a secure connection, and then it's going to request those playlists. Probably if you are just saying, let me see a live stream, then it's going to create those packets and it's going to send it to the dashboard through that request or secure connection. Or if you want to say, I want to look what happened 3 hours ago, then it's going to request for that specific segment on the camera, and then it's going to stream it with you to the dashboard. What that means is you're going to see it on the dashboard depending on what you're going to request. So that's how it's going to look like. The camera is going to have all these segments, and then the dashboard is going to create a secure connection, and it's going to request for that specific playlist file. What about the delay? So it depends on the firmware version that you have, and it depends on the camera model. So if you have the first or second generation MV cameras. So depending on that firmware, with that one, you have the low latency HLS. And then that for live video streaming can be, if you are in direct LAN, so it means that it's lower than 2 seconds. So it's pretty good. It's basically seeing what is there already. But if you have the cloud proxy, which we're going to explain later on, the two different options, direct LAN or cloud proxy, then it can take over more time, but it's going to depend then on all the hops on the path that you have through the WAN, because it means that you are in another location, another place, and it's through the dashboard, through the internet, that you're going to stream all that. If you have any MVs with this firmware below, then it has a different delay. So for second generation cameras, they can be 5 to 10 seconds. So it takes each time for you to see if you want to have that specific stream. This one is at active bit rate. I'm going to let you read it so you can go through, or you can pause the video and understand it. One way for you to see it is on the dashboard in the camera. You will see that arrow pointing up. It means that is a high bitrate stream, and that arrow pointing down is a bitrate stream. The check mark, we're going to see what is going on with that. So this is the important bit in this documentation. It's the two methods for you to stream is cloud proxy or direct streaming. If you remember, we saw this graph for the architecture in the simplified way. You have the own device storage with all information. So if you are inside of the network, and that's what direct streaming says, if you have a way that client, let's say this client, has an IP route to the private IP address of the camera, it means that you are either within the subnet of these cameras, and then you can access, or you can pin, or you can have communication between these cameras. Or if you are another VLAN or another way, but you have a layer 2 device that can do the inter-VLAN routing, or you are a client VPN or side VPN, in any way, what you need is just direct LAN communication to the cameras. If you have that, it means that no one bandwidth is going to be used. Your web browser, which is the web browser you select, you have the dashboard open, and the dashboard with the web browser and the cameras are clever enough to identify if they are during the same direct LAN communication. And if they see that, they're going to start doing the direct streaming. What that means is, let's picture a supermarket, right? You have all the cameras, and if you have the console of the screen or the monitor there to see everything in the supermarket, they are clever enough to talk to each other, say, okay, I know that this client is inside of the supermarket, you have the direct LAN, and then it's going to stream all the traffic from the cameras directly to your local video access. And that way you are not sending all that data through the cloud, through the Meraki cloud, and then to the web server, and then the web server is sending that data back to your local video access. That's the beauty, in a way, for direct streaming. In that way, you save all that bandwidth and none of that traffic is going to the internet. Something to be aware is what it says there. You need LAN access. Could be directly connected to the subnet, could be through a layer 3 device in the subnet, could be side side VPN, client VPN. As long as it has a LAN connection, it's okay. If you don't have that LAN connection, or even having in the same subnet or in the same network, but they cannot talk to each other, it's gonna default then to the cloud proxy. What it means is it's gonna treat you or your device as a remote video access. All the traffic then is gonna go through the Meraki cloud, and then through the web server in the Meraki cloud is gonna be sent back to you. In this scenario, the connection is completely proxy through the Meraki cloud. So if you say, I want to see the video of this camera from last week, remember, this is what the secure connection requests from the dashboard to the camera. So it's not like it's going to upload all the storage that it has. That's why it's very specific, the traffic that, or the amount of bandwidth that it's going to consume on your on-premise device or your on-premise WAN connection. It's whatever you request for it. But that's the difference then. If for some reason the web browser and the Meraki dashboard can identify that there is no way to communicate directly to the cameras, it's going to default to then the cloud proxy streaming. If you are doing direct streaming, you're going to see it with that check mark. So if you have that check mark in green, it means that you are doing the direct streaming. If it's cloud proxy, it's a cloud as the Meraki cloud. So here, this is my camera. I'm going to show you later on the configuration, everything, but it's just for you to see this cloud streaming. So I made my network. This is my penguin from Lego, but I made my network to ensure that my computer doesn't talk then to that camera. So that's why you can see that it's cloud stream, because I have an ACL, a firewall, whatever it is, that I cannot talk directly to the camera. That's the two other different options that you have for streaming. And then something that they say, as I mentioned, is important then, if you have a layer 3 firewall, anything that you have inter-VLAN that probably might block the traffic from that camera to that device in particular, please be aware of that, because then you're going to consume all the WAN bandwidth that you have, because you're going to need the cloud proxy. So if you know that there's 2 or 3 computers only that they really need to see all the time the footage of the information from those specific cameras, ensure that they can talk directly, and that way you don't have to consume that bandwidth through the WAN. So that's one that you should consider taking in place the Meraki MV cameras, because probably the traditional camera they had before, you didn't have to even think about this. And that's the two options that you have for streaming videos from the MV cameras, the cloud proxy and direct streaming. See you in the next one.